Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Happy to be here. We'll be talking a little bit about Ocean Link Pro, what kind of features we have. We'll have a demo of the app and different features, and speak a little bit when it will be released and future features and the PKC 21. With that, I'm gonna start. I'm sure you can all read the screen, right? So all of the images in the app are generated by AI. Okay, we don't use Fisker pictures because we don't want to violate their IP or copyrights. So everything is AI generated. And just like the Fisker, the app is not perfect. It will never be perfect, right? But it's unique and always evolving. Um, Yep. Yeah. And with that, and just say like behind the scenes, there's a team that's working to bring the Ocean Link Pro to life. The app would not have existed without their dedication, passion, and a lot of volunteering hours and sleepless night that they are putting there. Uh, Especially Guillaume and Mitchell and everyone else who help, testing and developing, suggesting, or anything, right? So a huge thank you to all. And just like the World Cup, we do have a dream team.
Two with very well-kempt beards.
Yeah. Yeah, this is obviously AI generated as well. Okay, without further ado, so this is the list of features that we will support. Uh, and we have the PKC 17, PKC 20, and PKC 21, right? So you will know each feature, what kind of PKC version you need. And I'll go over the list, talk on each one. Feel free to stop me if there's any questions. You don't need to wait, just feel free to stop me. So I think the most important feature is the digital key, where you can use your phone as a key. You don't need the fob. You can unlock, lock, and start the vehicle. And there's other features such as control the doors, control the windows, see the windows state. Everything will be available through the digital key. Unfortunately, this requires the minimum PKC 20. It will not work on PKC 17 simply because it doesn't support it. So you need at least PKC 20 for the digital
Majd,
key.
I'm gonna there's a question people are asking, and I'm just gonna break
Mhm.
it so that they understand things better. What does PKC stand for, and how can someone know their PKC version?
So I don't know what PKC stands for, but something of key control, I think.
Phone as a key controller. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's phone key control, essentially.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, well, thank you for that. I learned something new. And in other words, it's a piece of ECU or piece of hardware that's in your vehicle that's responsible for the unlock, lock, and starting of the vehicle. This is like the bare minimum, although it does much more. So it's a hardware and the fobs, that's the PKC. If you are in Europe, you are unfortunately probably on PKC 17. If you are in the US and or North America and got the 2.2, I'm not sure if 2.2.1 or 2.2.2 update, but if you have the full 2.2, you are on PKC 20. PKC 21 is a future update. That's something the FOA has signed a contract with Chevalier, and they are developing PKC 21, which will enable all the features that you see at the end of the table. That's only available on PKC 21. So that's nobody has it. That will be a future update. I hope this answers the question. I'll go back to the digital key. You see here on PKC 20, there's two marks. So there's a V. You need at least, oops, sorry. You need at least PKC 20. But if you created your Ocean Link account when we sent the email to create it, and the Fisker Cloud had a snapshot of your BLE key, then the digital key will be supported. Unfortunately, with PKC 20, we can't read the BLE key using the app. it's only available on the Fisker cloud. So if you created your account when we sent that email, so we have a copy of the BLE. If you have a copy of the BLE, you somehow saved it when we sent it, over a half year ago, save your BLE key, you might use it in the future. So this is the future now. And if you have a copy of your BLE key, you will be able to add it manually, and then you will have digital key working as well. Any questions? I don't see like the Q&A or FAQ, or I don't know what you call it.
Yeah,
If
no
you have any
worries.
question, just stop
I'm
me.
handling the question, so you
Okay.
continue with the presentation, and if there
Awesome.
is anything that I cannot answer, I will interrupt you.
Sounds good. Okay, so the second feature that will be available at launch, which is diagnostics. When we say diagnostics is the DTC report, it will be available. It's not related to PKC, so it will be available in all versions for everyone. I'll show you a demo in a few seconds, or a few minutes. So diagnostics is available. You can open the app, connect to your car, and get a full DTC report of each problem with every ECU. And you can also clear the DTCs, clear all DTCs, or clear a DTC for a specific ECU. So this will be available at launch. So this is the three features that are in green. It will be available at launch for everyone. After we launch the app, so right now, again, we are working on the infrastructure of the app. We are testing it both on iOS and Android. We'll talk about it in a bit. Once we have these three main features working and stable, we will switch to the other features that you see here in blue, which is fob card or NFC cards pairing. Will also be available for all PKC versions. Windows control. You can control each window in the car. You can open it at any percentage that you guys want, also including the doggy windows. You can control the doggy windows just like any other window. And of course, you can do Windows calibration for all of them. We know that other than the doggy windows, you can do it manually from with the car. For the doggy windows, you can use the app. And you will have advanced diagnostics available as well, just as FCM calibration or anything that requires security level. That's going to be under advanced diagnostics.
Yes, and sorry to interrupt you. FCM means the front camera module, which is the one that actually detect the lines and the speed. So
Correct.
people
Traffic
just
light.
yeah.
Correct. So if your FCM doesn't work, and calibration will fix it. Calibration doesn't fix every problem, but if it's a calibration problem, then you can recalibrate it from the app. So this is the features that we will have after that we release the app. So whenever a feature is ready, we'll release it immediately. I can tell you like we have a working prototype for most of these features, but it's not product level ready yet. Right? There's still bugs, it's not stable. So once we release the app, we'll work on stabilizing these features and they will be released shortly after. Also, one thing we see here at the very, very end is coding. So we can't do coding as Fisker call coding, but we will be able to do part of the coding. For example, to enable controlling of the windows from the fob and stuff like that. I don't want to guarantee it 100%, but there's a good chance you will be able to do that from the app as well, like enable controlling the windows from the fob. So I know it's enabled in Europe and it's not enabled in North America, for example. Also controlling like the rear trunk window, it's enabled in Europe, but not in North America. So that's coding. So we might be able to add it to the app so you can enable it from the app as well. The rest of the features are PKC 21 features, which is the preconditioning, remote start, profiles, and retrieve the BLE key from the car. I'll start with the retrieve the BLE key. When I talked about digital key, we said that you need PKC 20, but only if you have the BLE key on hand or in the cloud, you can use it. So with PKC 21, one of the things that we agreed with Chevalier, they will give us a way to read the BLE key directly from the app without going to the cloud. So if you unfortunately don't have your BLE key and it wasn't in the cloud, so once we have PKC 21, you will be able to use the digital key as the app can read it directly from the PKC. The rest is, I think, straightforward. Preconditioning. You can open your phone, click preconditioning. The car will go into ready mode and will start the ECC. Similar remote start. If you're using your 120 volt or 220 volt outlet and the car keeps shutting down, you can remote start the app. It will stay on and you can use it if you don't have the dongle. Profiles, we will have the ability to do profiles, and so the PKC will recognize who unlocked the car, whether it's your phone, your spouse phone, or you used the fob, or you did it remotely. It will know who did it, and eventually it can adjust the seats, the mirrors, and maybe the profile on the ICC, where there is a star next to profiles because we're still investigating what would be possible to do. Not everything is possible, right? We might need an accessory to enable all of the features of the profiles that we need. So that's why there's a star next to it. But this is also something that FOA had in contract with Chevalier, and they are developing it with the PKC 21. So this is regarding the list of features. If there are any questions, we can answer them now. If not, we can move on.
Yeah, it's worth a pause. I know there were some questions about different acronyms and things. Are we all caught up on the Q&A?
Mm-hmm.
And also just a reminder too, if folks have questions for Majd or other panelists, please use that Q&A area. Wait, go ahead, Majd, sorry.
Okay, all right. So, so again, this is the list of features. I'll switch to the dongles. So the app uses a BLE dongle to communicate with the car. It has to be a Bluetooth Low Energy, which is BLE at least 4.0. We support two dongles, right? Both are V-Gate. So originally we only supported the first one, but since a lot of the owners bought the V-Linker FD Plus that used with Frisker, so we support that dongle as well. So this is the two officially supported dongles that should support all the features that we listed before. Any other dongle, unfortunately, won't be supported. And when you buy it, make sure it's 4.0 and not 3.0 and not anything else. It has to be Bluetooth Low Energy 4.0. Right? Okay, so I couldn't do a live demo simply because I have to be inside the car, and my Wi-Fi really sucks over there. So I recorded all the videos yesterday night and this morning, like an hour ago. I'll show you, go through the app, how it looks, how all the sequences and everything. So first one is log in. When you first install the app, you'll be greeted with this screen. Let's start the video. You click the login with the FOA credentials. You sign in with your credentials. Once it's signed in, it will ask you to enable biometric login. And you will get all the cars that in your FOA profile. So for example, I have 2 cars and 2 cars are over here. If digital, I'll pause it for a sec. If digital key is available and we have the BLE key, you will see the digital key available. If not, you won't see it and you won't be able to use digital key. Once you click connect to the car, it will connect to the car and you can control it from the app, and you can connect to 2 cars, but not at the same time. So if you connect to the other car, it will disconnect the first car. This is how the digital key is implemented with the PKC. So this is pretty straightforward. I have to say the first release of the app, we mainly focused on the functionality of the app and not the UI. I know the UI doesn't look best, We will tweak it a little bit, but once we release the app and start getting feedback, we will start working on the UI, make it a little bit better or more, beautiful. But again, right now we are mainly doing the functionality.
We can decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there
UI
questions?
being user interface.
UI is user interface. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, and Miles, I muted you. I think you had some background noise. Majd, I agree with the prioritization functionality for now, making it pretty later. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want, Majd, before you take over to go on the next section of the feature, I can go for the phone key control.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll stop sharing and please go ahead.
All right. Just give me a sec, guys. I hope praise the demo good with me, that everything will go as expected. Like Majd said, Wi-Fi connection can be a little bit troublesome. So I will start to share my screen. Just give me a sec. I'm outside at the moment, and I hope you guys can see me. And just give me a moment.
Not yet.
We can't
But-
see you yet.
Yeah. While we are talking, Majd, about the ABRP token, will it work with? Did you hear me, Majd?
Yeah, sorry.
Madge, your
Yeah.
screen is visible. Madge, your screen is visible. Oh, sorry.
No, that's not me.
That's Guillaume.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
So Majd, regarding the ABRP, will it work with OLP?
So that's it's a good question. I don't know yet because ABRP, we were pulling the data from the Fisker cloud and then relying it to ABRP, right? So right now we don't have a way to pull the data, but we might have in the future, right? So just wait. I don't have an answer yet. We might have a way to pull all the data in the future, including energy consumption, like live energy consumption, which we never had. So once we can confirm that, I'll let you know. So
Yeah, while Guillaume is getting that ready, Majd, you had mentioned on login to use your Fisker OA email. And I'm sure there will be instructions later, and it's a tiny detail point, but it's the same email you would use to log it in at fiskeroa.com, that one, right?
I believe so, yes. Guillaume,
Okay.
right? You guys
I'm
know
sorry, guys.
better than me the backend, so.
Yeah.
The
So
one
I
you
can
made
go-
when you pre-registered.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
And the question will come up later, and that's totally fine too, but I figured we had a moment, so
Okay.
to clarify it again.
Yes, and when we have a moment, also re-show the dongles. I think so most people are excited to see the dongles.
Yeah, I'll show the dongles, and I see questions. So you only need the dongle if you wanna do diagnostics. In order to use digital key or use the app, you don't really need the dongle, right? The app can communicate with the PKC without a dongle. It's only needed if you wanna do diagnostics and advanced stuff.
You guys can see my car, right?
Yep.
And my screen at the same time. So on iOS, we had a bit of challenge. So now we bring it on part with Android. So my phone, I'm sharing at the moment what's going on right now with the sandbox. So we have right now my car connected currently. My phone is connected on my car, and I can live unlock the vehicle. And also, when I get in, like you're using your NFC, up, just going to go inside. Here we go. I will try to show exactly what we see here. Okay. All right, and I can click like ready mode. Yeah, I can click ready mode the same way to be able to start the car. So as you guys see before, there was a lock on the left side, and when I click ready, the ready mode gets engaged. So it means that you can, like on Android, use your iPhone to be able to drive directly. I will still recommend to bring an NFC card with you just in case. But in terms of stability, we get the same result like what we will get like on Android. So of course we have after that open the sunroof, controlling the trunk, etc. that will be available. And we have also the ability to send us a command like Majd explain, to send calibration, etc., through the controller on iOS as well. So at first, the release will be able to give those features to connect on the car on iOS and be able to unlock, lock, drive, control your doors. And yeah, that's a bit what I wanted to show for the demo right now. On iOS, or the command will be available later on as much that we start to refine everything and stabilize everything. But yeah, you got the ability to lock your car the same way that you will use on Android, like we have on the My Fisker app, and that they did not release for iOS back in the days. So yeah, that's a quick sharing before we move to the diagnostic part. Does everyone could see my screen? All good?
Yes,
Yeah.
amazing
Okay.
work, guys.
Yeah, so I'm done on that part for now. So yeah,
Thank you, Guillaume.
take over, Majd.
So this was a live demo with iOS, right?
Yeah.
So Guillaume
Yeah.
helped writing all the bindings and everything for the Chevalier SDK, and a demo app that he just showed, but it is integrated into the OceanLink Pro as well, so you'll be able to use it with the same UI. So thank you, Guillaume. I'll reshare my screen and continue where we stopped. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is regarding login and fleet support. The other thing is, sorry, yeah. So biometric login, I tried to capture my phone screen to show you how biometric login works. Unfortunately, Google blackouts the screen whenever face unlock is asked. So that's why you will see it mainly blank. So I open the app. Now it asks for a face unlock or fingerprint. Once you put your fingerprint or detects your face, it immediately opens and the cars are there. There's no waiting, no busy, no relog in, no nothing. You simply put your finger or your face, and you will have all the cars available. You can control it, diagnostics, and everything should be available. So it's pretty fast. The other feature is diagnostics. So this video recorded from my own car this morning. Any questions before I switch to diagnostics, or?
Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So again, I'll open the app. We'll go to the menu, go to diagnostics. It will search for the OBD dongle. Once it's found, it will tell you to put the car in ready mode. It will try to initialize connection to the car. It's going too fast. So it didn't succeed the first time, right? You can simply click try again to read the VIN. Usually pretty fast. Once the VIN is read, you will have the diagnostics. As I said, at launch, you will only have the DTC report. So the fob sparing and Windows calibration and control will be available shortly after launch, but not at launch. I have to say that this will work only if the VIN is registered with the FOA. So if you use the app on a non-FOA vehicle, it will tell you that the vehicle is not registered and it will not work. So once you click DTC report, you can choose any ECU or any module. It is pretty fast. It will read all the DTCs from that module. As you can see, this is real. This was not, we didn't change the speed or anything. This is real. This is how it works. Yeah, let me go back a little bit over here. Once it finished reading all the DTCs, you can click generate report, and it will generate a professional report of all the errors that you can share with a service provider or in the community forums with other owners. So this is an example from my own car. This is the report that was generated. So it's a PDF. You can share it, print it, And so this is 18 pages of errors of my lovely car. Of course, you can choose just one ECU, like T-box, 18 errors, lovely, and generate a report. So you'll have a report only for the T-box.
Can I just ask a question real quick? So that's a lot of errors. How nervous should some owner be? Like, are some of those historic and they don't matter, or?
So I don't clean, I didn't clean the errors so I can show everyone, right? If I clean them, you will mainly see like a few. It's a good question. So we
Yes.
will have some kind of database because there are some errors are consistent on the oceans and you should just ignore them. For example, if you don't have a TRM module is for the towing. So if you didn't order your car with a towing hitch in North America, you will have an error that it can't communicate with the TRM, which is the rail module. Obviously, there is none,
Yeah.
right? So some errors are consistent with the ocean and you just need to ignore them. Some errors are, you don't need to ignore them and you shouldn't clear it without saving the report and, sending it to a service diagnostics. Samer, if you want to step in, feel free.
Yes, I would
Go
like
ahead.
to just give it a general rule because that's how we always do things. Once you start get used to one specific way, you always do first, you look for the errors, you save a PDF, you clear everything, and then you try to replicate it. So this is super important. So whenever we need to learn how to actually share data, especially with service providers and engineers that we have in our network. So it's really important. Don't panic when you see too many errors. On average, you will have 200 a day. But this means that sometimes the ECU doesn't connect very fast, or when you push the brake, the car wakes up and some ECU miss, and this is connected as an error, but doesn't mean anything. So it's really important to start learning how to actually share data and make sure that the service provider will understand what's happening. You always look for diagnostic, you save the first report, you don't do anything. Then you clear everything and then you replicate the error. So if the car doesn't turn on or is in safe mode or is there is anything, then we can understand how the car was after clearing and then what is the current state. So these are important things. Do not directly go and clear everything in the first thing because I know many people get excited and then they click clear to see that most of them disappear. Save, replicate, and then save again the other PDF and then you can share it and we can try to help you see what could be done about things.
I can
So
already see the body of knowledge amongst our member base and how they will share information with each other and share best practices, etc. So thanks.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. So speaking of knowledge base, so one of the things we're going to do after the release is create a knowledge base on all the DTC errors and integrate it into the app. So the app will tell you, ignore this DTC, don't ignore this DTC, right? So this is something that we have and we want to add in the future. We would love the community's help and service providers, if everyone can jump in and contribute from their knowledge, it will be good for all of us. So this is regarding diagnostics. Thank you, Samer, for stepping in. The other stuff, let's see, I don't remember what other stuff I have. Yeah, so diagnostic reports. So this is, for example, the T-box report that I showed in the video from my car. See, most of the solutions here replace T-box. I can tell you the T-box works in my car, so that's why don't panic when you see all these errors. Eventually we will learn which ones to look at and which one just to ignore. Diagnostic report was also, we shared it with service providers, so we will get comments and feedback on the diagnostic report itself, if they prefer a different format or to add more details, because eventually this report is meant for service providers so they can help you remotely diagnose your car. So
I just want to add one other point quickly regarding DTCs. How crucial it is for us that people report them and note them when they get them, especially for some critical issues that we are investigating at the moment with the team and service providers, such as the gear shift errors. Having those DTCs recorded on your car will help us a lot understand what is the behavior your car is having in which context. we have variation of issues that is hard for us at the moment to figure it out what is the root cause, and recording those DTCs and sharing to us to make a data collection of those issues will be super important. So as Maj said, don't clear DTCs when you just for fun. We really need those information for specific cars that have like issues like gear shifter or eSIM recording on the T-box, etc.
Yeah. And when you click clear DTC, if you didn't click generate report first, it will pop up a message. Are you sure you want to clear the DTC before generating a report?
Nice,
so as a
thank
good
you.
practice, always generate a report before clearing the DTCs.
Thank you for the guardrails.
Yeah.
Thanks, Maj. And
All
team.
right. So what's the current status of the app? So right now, I know this is like very, very blurry images, but this is like was the easiest to blur and protect the privacy of the people who are doing this. So this is on the left, we have the list of people who are testing the app on Android. And on the right, we have the list of people who are testing the app on iOS. So thank you to everyone who's helping testing the app. The app is still in internal testing. It is not yet ready to be released for the public. We still have a list of bugs that we have to fix before. I know everyone is eager to test it, and I know a lot of developers and a lot of owners want to help. We can't just release the app right now to a big group of testing. It's going to be chaos, and it's really hard to control it. So hopefully within a few days, we will fix most of the critical bugs, and then we'll start releasing it for beta testing. Beta testing, I think everyone can jump in and start testing it before it will be, product level or released for public. So the Fisker app was beta, by the way. Like we all used it, and it was beta. So
I just wanted to add to that, though. If you do decide to jump into the beta tests, you will run into bugs and things like that, and that should be normal.
yeah.
You just report those things. That's going to help us to get to the final production version.
Exactly. And just to show you, like this is the amount of releases that we are doing. This is like in 3 days. You see there's, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 releases in 3 days. So we are actively working, fixing bugs, adding features, and fixing the UI. And we are really working hard for the app. I know everyone, again, is eager to use it, and it got delayed, but it is not easy to do, and especially on iOS. So this is the list of open bugs that we have, right? Some of them are UI, as you can see, crash on iOS, not able to connect to FD Plus OBD dongle. So there's a few bugs that we are fixing right now. And once again, the critical bugs are fixed, we will release the app. I think this is all I had. I'll stop sharing my screen, and if there are any questions, I'd love to answer them.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
thank you very much. Christian, we'll go back to you as soon as we're done with this section. But
Oh,
I imagine
yeah.
there's some question and answer Q&A stuff. I think there were open questions about the dongles, or at least discussion. Can you go back to that slide for a second?
Yeah.
And I think folks were asking, should I get one or the other, or does it matter? Either one should work just fine. Is that right?
either one should work fine. One is supposed to be better than the other. I don't know why, and it's more expensive. Personally, I use the cheaper one, and it works. So there's no need to pay for the more expensive one, unless you wanna. Oh, actually, I can tell you that both work with Freesker as well, right? So it's up to you, whatever you find cheaper, or I don't know, shipping faster or something like that. Both dongles should work. Maybe we'll have a copy of this slide on the forums or in Facebook, so people can order it. But both works. I have both works. I couldn't see any difference between them.
Gotcha. Thanks, Joy. I don't mean to surprise you, but can you help me with the Q&A? Are there items in here that need to be addressed?
Sure. And I know Samar and people are answering as we go, but one interesting question was, oh, I see it's gone, so somebody answered that. Okay. Will printouts of the type of dongle needed be available on the website? So I think, Maj, you just said that we could put the slide up. I think we're going to need like a FAQ based on everything that you've been saying today, because a lot of people are asking these questions. Will there be an Apple Watch app?
Let's,
I can say not right now because we are focusing on the main app,
yeah.
but it's easy to do. And if anyone wants to do it and have the knowledge, please reach out and we'll give you everything you need to develop it. We're simply focused on the main app right now.
I have a more basic question. Where does that dongle attach inside the car?
So inside the car, under the steering wheel on the left, there's engraving that says OBD. This dongle attaches to that part. We'll probably have a video or picture to show you where do you attach it.
But there's no one should have to take anything apart in the car.
No. It's available. You don't need to take anything apart. It's plug and play. That's it. Again, you only need the dongle if you are doing diagnostics, right? For daily drive, unlock, control the car, stuff like that, you don't need the dongle.
Cool. Thank you.
Exactly. I think we need to clarify this for people that are not interested into diagnostic and want to let that for service providers. That's fine. They will just enjoy the digital key aspect of the car. For those who want to use it to read the diagnostic, etc., get the dongle or get it as a safeguard. But it's not mandatory to have the diagnostic feature or to use the diagnostic feature if you don't want to do it.
Got it. So to say it another way, if I just wanted to open the car and start the car, I can use that app to do that without the dongle.
Exactly. As long as like the digital key is available and will be showed up in the main screen like Majd showed it.
Yeah, but let me add one thing, that if you later need to do any of the calibration, you would need the dongle.
Yeah, for sure.
So just important, so people don't believe that the app will be doing the calibration through the PQC. That's not how it works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that was kind of my clarification also. So the key fob pairing, and that would require the OBD2
Yes.
dongle.
And the
Okay.
doggy windows. and
Doggy
the window.
windows, controlling the doggy windows will require the OBD2
Correct.
dongle. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Gotten this one a couple times. People are asking, will you be able to see which ECU versions you have using the OBD?
Yes.
Great question.
Yes.
Yes, you will have a report of all the versions as well.
And there's a question that came up a couple of times about voice control. Will that be possible?
Voice control as of what? Like the app itself to have like a Hey Siri, unlock my vehicle? Not right now, but again, that's also something that it's possible to do. And we right now not focusing on it, but if anyone want to do it, again, reach out. We'll give you everything you need to implement it.
Okay, so there's a question again. I know we went over this. If we had issues pre-registering and for the OLP, can we skip the linking?
Yeah, I can go over this one. So essentially, yeah, we know that some account has trouble to complete their profile. It's possible to skip, but it means that you will not get the digital key, at least for now, until PKC 21 is available. So you will be able to use the diagnostic part of the app, but not the digital key of the part for now, of the app for now. So there is a certain vehicle that unfortunately did not get their car snapshot into the cloud with their BLE key. And for example, they're in that case where people will have to wait for PKC 21. So feel free to skip. You will be able to use the digital key, the diagnostic part of the app. And as soon as that PKC 21 is available, you will be able to use a digital key part.
And I think the next question that's going to come in is, when will the PKC 21 be available? Rough idea.
Based on the discussions that we have with Chevalier at the moment, so it's planned for around June, mid or end of June. They still have some things to figuring out regarding climate control, etc., etc. We are actively exchanging with them to figure out what is the best approach. Issues are being solved over the course of the weeks, so probably around June. Mid-June, end of June, PKC 21 will be available.
Okay, and someone asked, how can I tell if you have my BLE key?
You can't tell.
Well, short answer, when you log into the app, it will tell you if digital key is available or not.
Exactly, yeah,
right?
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know a long time ago, we sent a link that you can retrieve your BLE key and save it securely for future use. If you did that, most likely you can use it. So manually, you can add it in the vehicle and you can use it. So
yeah. About that dot, we did see that recently some keys has been changed. Not sure exactly how that happened. It's something that we need to figure it out with Chevalier. But people that get their key back last year's, their key was different from what we got now. So at least we got it, but maybe some key has been changed for some reasons that we didn't clarify yet.
yeah, if the PKC got updated from 17 to 20, then the BLE key has changed.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, depends when you took the snapshot.
And some people have asked, how do we get PKC 21 when it's available? And I don't know if there's somebody else in FOA that maybe that has a plan.
The idea for now is the same as when you do key fob pairing, is to have session plan to be able to update your PKC, because it's the same tools that will be used. One of the tools will be used to be able to update your PKC and plan key fob pairing / PKC flashing session to be able to update your PKC. The other one will be through OFT, of course, for now, that where you will be able to update your PKC to 21. Also means someone with a service provider that will have the tool appropriate, whether it's from Chevalier or from OFT, will be able to update you to PKC 21.
In person, right? That's the short answer. In person.
Exactly.
I'll also add in, this was a previous question inside the Q&A, who has access to PKC21 and if Indigo OB Loop would. PKC21 was paid for by Undercurrent and the FOA, specifically for FOA members.
Well,
so
it was paid for. It was paid for by all of you.
Yeah, it was paid for by all of you.
So hell no.
Essentially, yeah. So through FAST, that will not be available. It will be only available to the channels that we support. And so it's mean only for FOA member at the moment.
And I saw a question. I assume it's the same hell no answer, but somebody asked if the American lease cars were going to use the app as well.
I answered that.
They want to pay. If they want to pay for it.
Yeah, they have their own app though, so they made a specific app for driver. So I don't think they will be interested.
Fair enough.
There's one here about, does car on mean that the car is awake? So if will we be able to see if it's awake on the app at any given time?
Yes.
To monitor for the phantom drain.
So that's with the PKC21. There is a feature that tells you if the app is asleep or awake. So that's only with PKC21.
The car, it tells you if the car is asleep or awake?
Yes, exactly. So instead of opening the charge port and looking at the LED, you can open your app and you will see if the car is deep sleeping, what we call it, or it's awake. And you can monitor the 12 volt as well, right? So there's a lot of features on PKC21 that I didn't list over there. but we have a few features that will be available with the PKC 21.
And there's a question that's been sitting here. It says, is there any way we can contribute to this app in any way? And I don't know if this is somebody who wants to beta test and we could tell them how, or if it's someone who wants to send money to contribute to the app. So that person perhaps might want to clarify, but maybe you guys have an answer anyway.
So there's like three different kind of contributions, right? So developing right now, some of the feature we're keeping it internally because simply we have contracts with Chevalier and we are keeping their IP and stuff like that, so we can't release it to the public. If you want to contribute with developing the UI, user interface or UX, the user interactions, we need to make that part public so anyone can fork the repository and contribute for the UI, languages and stuff like that, support. I think we should do that. We simply didn't have the time to do it yet, but we will have to do it at one point so everyone can contribute to the UI. Functionality wise, right now it's hard to add more people. Simply for the ramp up, right? We are very focused right now and it's not easy just to jump in just before the release. So let's release the app first and then we'll take care and see like how everyone can contribute. We would love that. It just takes some time.
And as well, membership dues, right?
Yeah.
People who keep their dues active, yeah. All right. Joy, you've been working very hard. Is there anything else in the Q&A that's either come up a whole bunch?
Yeah, mostly what's there, I think it's covered already or we're answering and I just asked for clarification. So I think we're good for right now.
Okay. Guillaume, Samar, Majd, anything else you want to say about the app before we go back over to Christian?
No, that's it for now. Like we said, we are looking at people that have issues with 500 and profiles. So that stuff we are investigating why their profile are in trouble. But that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to add few things that maybe Majd, Guillaume, and the rest of the team has most likely they are working extremely hard. And trust me, when I say extremely hard, it means extremely hard. I'm based in Sweden. They are both in US. I sleep with 500 messages. I woke up with 1,000. And I'm 18 hours mostly on the phone. So just so you understand the amount of time these guys are putting in. So when they say that we are not ready, it doesn't mean that they are sitting and drinking coffee. They are trying to make your experience amazing. And this is super important to understand. Some stuff that since I've been working with 7, 8 companies, I will let a lot of stuff goes under the carpet because they are not essential and they are refusing to do that. So they are not trying to be perfectionists, but they want to have your experience way better than what Fisker have left us with. So just give it few more days and you will hear a lot of updates and you will have a lot of things to do. So just be a bit patient. I do understand the frustration and we all are there and no one is getting as well. So people still ask me, but you have the app, so you are better than us. I don't. So just so you do understand, I am part of that team and I don't have a fully working app. So we are all in the same basket. There is no difference or preferential to anyone in the FOA. So just so you understand that point.
Thank you for that. And thanks again to the whole team. Tremendous effort. I'm sure most of us could never even understand the amount of time you guys spend on this, but thank you so much. All right. Go ahead, Christian.
I want to also zoom out to a bigger picture here too. It's not just what people are doing right now. This right here, what's happening in this town hall is history because nobody's done this before anywhere. And so I think, to appreciate like the effort that these guys are putting into this and everybody's putting into this, to get to this day, like it's a bigger deal, I think, than some of us may realize.